Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Now and Then Some podcast with Robin and Kaylee. I'm your host, Robin.
And I'm your other host, Kaylee.
And here we talk about everything from now and then.
And then some.
That's right. So what are we talking about this week, Kales?
Well, how about a little recap of my Thanksgiving week?
Perf.
At the Deerleys.
Oh, how are they?
They're great. I told them you said hi.
Oh, they're so nice.
Such sweet people.
Lovely people.
So that was a good week for me, I gotta say.
Yeah?
Did a lot of hunting. Got me an 8-point buck, which was very exciting. I won't go into detail because Robin doesn't like that kind of stuff. So,
not my cup of tea, but happy for you.
Yes, very happy for me. And my whole family was happy because we love deer meat.
Mm-hmm.
So we get some good summer sausage out of it. So we're excited about it.
Love that.
Yeah. And I also got a lot of reading done, which
that's right.
told y'all was going to happen because I get a lot of reading done in the deer blinds.
Yeah.
So I got through the second book of the A Crown of Thorns and Roses series.
Okay. Haven't started mine yet. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, I have the second one ready for you.
Okay.
It's 650 pages. So
that's a big one.
Get ready to lock in.
All right.
And then I'm almost done with the third book, which is 700 pages.
Oh my gosh.
But the second one is even better than the first.
Like, oh, wow.
I loved the second one.
Are there only 3?
No, there's 5.
Oh.
But the fourth one's short. It's only like 250.
Can it just keep getting bigger and bigger?
No, I was a little afraid of that.
Yeah.
But no, it's like 250. It's a short one. Mm-hmm. It might be from someone else's perspective.
Okay.
I think I heard that, but I haven't checked into it because I'm still finishing 3.
Yeah.
And then the 5th one. But it's really, really good. So I got a lot of reading done and I learned something new about what I'm reading.
Oh.
So my sister, when I was talking to her about it, apparently I'm way behind on the old book train because, A Court of Thorns and Roses, aka my sister calls it ACOTAR,
Avatar?
ACOTAR. So it is A Crown of Thorns and Roses.
It's an acronym. That's dumb.
Yeah.
That sounds dumb.
Apparently that's what everyone calls it though.
Well, they're dumb.
So we're dumb apparently for not calling it that.
Okay.
So apparently ACOTAR is what it's called. It's called out there. My sister read it like years ago.
I love ACOTAR.
But she loved it.
I'm a robot.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you. So yeah, ACOTAR. I'm about to be done with book 3 in the series and it's great. So this is not the rec section, but I recommend. Mm-hmm. Highly recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was my week. It was great.
Great. Well, I had 3 Thanksgivings.
Okay, well that sounds amazing.
Yeah. Shout out to my friends Nick and Mark. We had Thanksgiving with them on Thanksgiving because we had the next day with my family, next day with my husband's family.
Nice.
Then my best friend's birthday weekend through Monday. So it was
a
lot.
Busy bee.
A lot, but I got a new fridge.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I looked at it. It's nice.
It's a sexy fridge.
Robin likes to use the word sexy for the fridge.
It is.
I think it's very clean and sleek.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It is nice. My friend goes, I want to take that fridge out for a steak dinner. Ooh. And I said, if you do, it'll put out 2 kinds of ice cubes.
Ooh. Saucy.
Anyway, it's Samsung Bespoke, the blue and white
She got
glass.
it with a really nice colors.
Crazy deal. Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Black Friday and out of the box. What do they call it? Unboxed.
Unboxed, right?
Something like I can't remember. Anyway, very good deals. Coupon code as well. So I think they still have the sale going on. If your fridge goes out, now's the time.
Now's the
time to buy new appliances.
Yeah, no, it looks real good.
So that was very exciting. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I actually refrained from going crazy Black Friday. Usually I do, but for Christmas presents, not for myself.
Yeah.
But for Christmas, I didn't even do that. I was at the old Deerley's house. They don't have a lot of service out there.
Yeah.
So I did not go crazy on Black Friday, but the fridge, that's like a perfect Black Friday purchase.
I didn't go crazy. I got this sweater for myself and my sister.
Cute. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. My friend Holly was wearing it at my sister's house.
Very
and I was like,
of you.
She was like, I knew I should have bought one for you, but I was able to buy one for myself and one for my sister for her birthday on Black Friday. And then a few things for the kids.
Love it.
Yep. All right. Well, should we get into it?
Let's get into it with the and then. All right, my and then.
Okay.
Let's see if you know what these are. Precious Moments figurines.
Of course.
Did you have them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We didn't collect that many, but I was certainly aware of them. I'm sure I had a few, like the little cute little kids.
Yeah, so I had one every birthday, and it made a whole train. They like hooked to each other. So from 1 to, I think I had all the way up to 14 or 15. Like,
are those still a thing?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think so. I haven't seen them if they are.
Let me ask you this. Where did you keep said figurines?
I had a shelf
Mm-hmm.
like on my wall and like nailed into the wall.
Specifically for these?
Yes.
Yep.
It was all the figurines. And like I said, I had the whole train built. And then I also had some other like fun ones that people like in my family saw on vacation and they got for me. But the main was that big train that had all of the numbers hooking together every birthday.
Up to how many?
15, I think.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
impressive.
It was pretty impressive. And then my sister, so this is kind of like a twofer. And then my sister did the snow globes.
Oh, okay.
So sis had a bajillion snow globes. She got one every year for her birthday. She got one for Christmas. She
if
got
people
one.
went to like New York.
Any vacations,
Mhm.
they were bringing her back a cool snow globe.
Yep.
So she was all about the snow globes.
Another question for you.
Okay.
Where are said figurines and snow globes now?
At my parents' house.
You still have them?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
your room?
No. I think the snow globes are actually in Sis's room in like a big cabinet. They have them like in a big like
That'd be great to
brown
like have
with
for
glass
part of...
window doors cabinet where you can still see them. My figurines, I believe, are in the attic, but we do have them.
Wow, I wonder if they're worth anything.
Let me know, guys, if they're worth anything, because I'll get them out of the attic and make some money.
I love it. So I'm not gonna lie, I saw you put that in your notes that you sent to me.
Yeah,
and I didn't have an and then, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I collected bunny figurines. I guess at some point in time,
random
bunnies, like cute
any
little
kind of bunny
glass
figurine.
or porcelain or whatever bunny figurines.
Okay, you collected them, or people were gifting them
exactly.
to you, or both?
It started with me collecting them. I think maybe I found a couple at a something and I wanted them. My parents got them for me.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh my God, I'm so obsessed with these. I love bunnies. I love bunnies, rabbits, bunnies. I don't know what I called them. But then I just had 2 shelves full. I had a little mini bookshelf and both shelves were full of bunnies. And I think at one point I was just like, okay, enough with the bunnies.
Interesting.
I had a friend who was frogs.
Okay. Oh my God. That's so weird. Because I was literally about to say, for some reason, when I was little, I was obsessed with frogs.
Oh, how funny.
So like my room was painted green. Then at one point we painted...
Frogs had a moment.
They had a moment, y'all. And at one point we painted frogs on my wall. And I had all these frog stuffed animals.
Yep.
At my Poppy and Shishi's house, I had Sally the frog, which was my favorite. I loved the name Sally for my stuffed animals. And I named Sally the frog. It was my favorite stuffed animal.
Yeah.
The frogs had a moment in my life. That's
the frogs
for sure.
definitely did. Yeah. It was one of those times where, I don't know, from like age 8 through 13-ish, it's like whatever you're obsessed with, that's just the easy thing for people to gift you. We'd love to hear in the comments, what was your obsession when you were a kid that everybody bought you presents for and that probably you started regretting around the age 14, 15.
Yeah, let me tell you, when I was 14, 15, getting a little precious moments, I wasn't that excited anymore.
No, yeah, exactly. That reminded me, I had really wanted to paint my walls. My friends always had, different, it was like sponge painting on the wall or cover it in magazine pages. And so one time whenever I was out of town with my mom, I came back in town and I had a new bedspread that I wanted for my birthday. And it was Tommy Hilfiger, or maybe it was Ralph Lauren. But my dad had painted the walls to match the bedspread. So opposite walls were one color, I think light blue. Yeah. Other opposite walls, light yellow. And then I had these 3 panels on one wall randomly. And so those were painted light green or something. One of the
She had a lot going on.
It was a lot. And it stayed that way until my parents needed to sell the house after I graduated high school. Needed to. They decided to sell the house, much to my sadness. And so that's when they painted it. But it was like that for probably about 6 years. It was very jarring. Pastel, but that's a lot.
Okay, no. I, at one point in my like early preteen, teenager years, I had one wall lime green, next wall turquoise. Oh, lime green turquoise.
How'd you sleep?
4 wall. Girl, it was bright in there.
Yeah.
But I had it that way for years. It was pretty wild. And then my parents were like, we cannot keep it like this.
No.
Once I got a little older, then they painted it to the, what is it, agreeable gray?
Yep.
Very normal color.
And then you could actually take a nap in that room.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, there's our and then. Shall we get into the now?
The now.
All right, so we are starting out the now because we did not have an episode of Golden Batch, but the finale will have been last night, so we have not watched that yet.
So next week's episode, we'll get into that for sure.
Yes, so we are going to start off with Love Island Games and recap from
15 to the finale, baby.
The finale.
I have finished it finally.
All right, hit me with your thoughts.
Okay, well, first off, spoiler alert.
Yes, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
All right, good. That was a good
alert. Thank you.
Spoiler alert. Okay, good. Justine and Jack won. I won't go backwards, but I just want to start with that I'm very, very, very excited because if anyone else would have won, I probably wouldn't have been very happy.
No, I would have been really bummed. For whatever reason, the rest of the cast didn't really seem to
I
want
have
them
so
to
many
win.
notes on that, Robin. I was flabbergasted.
They didn't do anything.
Why was everyone hating on them?
Because they were good.
They were jealous because they really liked each other and they were good at everything. Yeah. I was like, y'all need to.
They were hating on them.
And don't even get me started on Mr. Ray.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that might have been a reason why everybody was hating on them at the end because they got rid of, right? Didn't they get rid of Ray and Imani?
Yes, they did. So I wrote it down exactly what happened. So Justine and Jack saved Mitch and Zeta. So Ray and Imani and Courtney and Scott went home. And then
Ray took it like a little namby-pamby baby.
He cried like a baby, which I want to say this. I have many thoughts on this. One is, I understand that you're going to be a little upset.
Sure. You're allowed to be upset.
You're allowed to be upset. Did it need to go on that long? Did it need to be that extreme?
No.
No, I'm sorry. This is a competition show.
Yeah, it's for $100,000.
I'm sorry, Robin. I'm too competitive. Like, yes, Robin, if we were on a show together, I'm going to have your back.
But if I knew that it was going to come down to me and you're my biggest competition. I don't care if you're my best friend. I know that as my best friend, you would understand that I have to make that move.
Do the best thing.
Because what's the alternative? I let you win because you're my best friend?
Right.
When I equally need the money?
And they had their back as much as they possibly could until the very end. They had to make that decision.
I would expect for you to like buy me a nice something with your prize money. I'm not expecting you to give me half or give me a portion, but like treat me like you're now the rich friend and I can reap the benefits, but I would be happy for you. I'm not going to sit here and cry and spout poison about you to the whole house.
Right.
Before I left, like, we get it. You're upset. Now shut up and like have some composure about yourself. Go check on your woman. Did not check on her once, at least not that we saw. But she was just kind of like, man.
I also don't really like her. So.
No, she was just kind of like, yeah, of course they kicked us out.
Yeah, like why would they not? They had been power couple multiple times.
Times.
It was time. Like I'm sorry, it was time.
That's the way it always goes.
He was acting like a big old titty baby about it. And Robin, oh my God, you're gonna die. I saw that he posted on his Instagram. Did you see what?
No.
He posted.
I'm already like.
He posted on his Instagram. It was like this edit of all of the moments him and Justine had throughout the whole time.
I get it. Y'all are friends.
And I was like, that's what he posted after the finale aired. Of like.
I feel bad for Justine because I heard an interview. I'm sure you heard it too. No, I told you not to listen to it.
I listened to it.
Okay. Where.
Because it is.
They asked, her if how things were with her and Ray, and she was like, it still remains to be seen. So that was filmed however many months ago. We don't really know exactly, but.
Yeah. I don't think it was too long ago, but at least a few.
Yeah. You'd think that after seeing all the footage, all the episodes, that maybe he would be like, okay, I get it. I'm over it now. But jeez. Not the type of person I want to be friends with.
How are you going to post that on your Instagram? Titty baby. I can't work with that.
I can't with you saying titty baby.
Sorry. I need a better term.
I've never heard that before.
I won't say that again. Anyway.
Switching gears.
Wait.
No. I just mean
okay. I was like, I have a lot more thoughts.
I have a question in all caps. Been wondering this forever.
Okay.
What is going on with the pearl necklaces that the men wear on this show? Have you noticed that?
No.
It's in multiple seasons.
Haven't even noticed.
They wear like not a choker, but a pretty, short pearl necklace. It's not disguising their mics or anything.
Yeah,
I'll have to Google it later.
I haven't noticed. Can't say that I've noticed that.
Yeah. I have multiple times in my notes. I love Jack and Justine.
Well, yes, me too. I did feel for them that they had to make that decision with Ray and Imani too. Yeah. Like they got the golden heart. I was like, of course they got the flipping golden heart. Of course they have to be the ones. The carnival was savage.
I wrote, what the heck is this carnival challenge? That was wild and awkward.
Also, I just want to shout out that they played cornhole and I would have dominated that. Yeah, and I would have made all my bags in.
Sorry if you're watching this. I have something in my eye, but I think I got it.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, I wrote jaw on the floor in all caps.
Oh, no, it was savage.
Yeah.
And then Courtney saying to Imani, you effed me in my own clothes. I was like, oh my God.
That's a good line.
Yeah, that was, you effed me in my own clothes. But yeah, that was wild. And
did you watch Unseen Bits?
Clips. I fast forwarded through.
It was just funny. Did you see where they were trying to guess what like the other countries' words meant?
Oops, sorry.
What the other words, the other countries' words meant? Like they tried to guess.
I saw some of that. Yes,
they tried to. Callum and Jess tried to guess cattywampus, and they're like, "It's when you guess behind someone's back." It's like that's
a good guess.
But yeah, it was a really super quick season.
I know. I was
a bit disappointing.
I thought it was definitely going to go on longer. They should have. I mean, Love Island has like 60 episodes. They only gave us like 19.
Yeah. Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
So right before the finale, we had the Tired Out Challenge, which was so tiring just to even watch. But man.
The Tired Challenge? Yeah.
Where they just kept going and going. Mm-hmm. And then they brought back 17 Islanders, not including Megan.
Oh, that was wild.
To vote for the finalists, besides Justine and Jack, 'cause they already secured a place in the final by winning the Tired Out Challenge. So I thought for sure Johnny and Ari or Callum and Deb were up for grabs, but I was wrong.
I was so shocked that everyone was hating on Selly and Eyal.
Yes, for no reason.
What happened? What happened that I did not see?
No reason at all. I could not understand that other than they just think that they're like too nice and like, oh, that's so nice how that worked out that Timmy left and now Selly's like really into Toby. Timmy. I was thinking of Zeta's ex. Toby left and then all of a sudden Zeta's like, ooh, Eyal, but like, hello, it's Love Island. It's what you're supposed to do. And she's just so nice and sweet that people, I think, took it as fake sometimes. I don't know.
Wild.
Honestly, it's probably Toby's planted seed saying she was fake.
Also, I'm like, where's all the hate for Johnny?
Yeah, everyone's loving
Johnny. I was like, oh, I mean, he makes for good TV. Don't get me wrong.
But it's so annoying when he's just a horrible person. But apparently he is. But if you are a dog to the women, as long as you're like a bro, everybody's like, he's the realest. He's the most loyal. Is he the most loyal, though?
Men, am I right?
Ugh. God, I was getting so aggravated. I mean, I saw the writing on the wall after the first couple people went up there, and I was just like, are you freaking kidding me?
And then even Georgia going over to Eyal's side because they're friends and saying, well, I'm here for him, not for her. I'm like, what? I love Selly. I love Selly. What is y'all's problem? That was crazy having them all vote like that.
Yep. And then, so, you know, everybody.
And then Toby got up there and said, Selly and Eyal are actors. I was like, actors?
That's a bit far.
He was jealous.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry about you, buddy.
So then they had the final mega duel. You know, they fast forwarded through some stuff because all of a sudden it was night and then it was day.
And you heard Maya Jama go, y'all been doing this all night. And I was like, we didn't see that.
No, apparently they skipped a challenge that was really,
grueling.
Yeah. And so by the time that we saw their main duel, supposedly, I mean, Jack had to go to the hospital, but luckily he was fine and he got to continue to play, obviously. Johnny had an injury where he was groaning so loudly. I was like, oh my gosh.
I was like, did he just tear his ACL?
Yeah, but man, they went on for hours. I couldn't believe it. Like some of the wins that people are getting, I was like, is this about to be Callum's game? Like, what am I watching here?
Okay, well, I will tell you that I was worried for Justine and Jack, not for Justine, which she rocked it, of course. But I knew she would because she was on the challenge. I knew what a competitor she was. But I was worried about Jack because those other two guys are way bigger. Callum is way bigger. Johnny is way bigger. I knew Johnny was going to dominate because he's been on the challenge. So I know he's good at that kind of stuff. But I was like, Justine can beat Aurelia and Deb. Also, I just love Callum and Deb. I'm going to say this. They're hilarious. So cute, Like they're great together. Cute and giggly and cute. But yeah, totally. It was a wild mega duel.
It was. The victors obviously were Justine and Jack.
Whoop, whoop.
And then instead of it being random who got to get the money, the other Islanders got to stand behind who.
Yeah.
And man, when they all stood behind Justine and they were standing behind her saying, you better keep that money, girl. You better keep that money. That I was worried. I was like, is she about to keep this full 100K? Is she about to
pull a full-on Johnny Bananas and steal the money?
I couldn't believe it. She thought for a long time. She was like, my family could use this money.
Ever.
And Jack was just like sitting there like, are you kidding me? And then, of course, she split it with him because they got there together. Yes. So happy for them. I want there to be a reunion.
Is there going to be?
I have no freaking clue.
I want there to be.
Google is not helpful on that. But
shoot, dang, there better be.
But it was great. So, yay,
Love Island games. So, what's next? Love Island All Stars.
Love Island All Stars.
Do we know when that's gonna start?
Pretty soon, I believe.
That's what I thought.
This month, and then I think maybe next. But there's also Love Island Australia. So
have you started it?
No.
Okay.
I'll probably get into that. I'll wait to bank like a couple weeks worth.
Me too, because I'm more of a binger than a day-to-day, week-to-week sitch.
All right. So that's it for Love Island games. We had one more item for now.
Yes.
Real quick, just that Taylor Swift announced
that her movie will be out for everybody to rent and watch at home.
Yes.
December 13th.
Cannot
wait her birthday.
Dance around my living room with that.
Yeah,
not to buy, because of course not. We can't own her stuff.
No one can own her stuff except for her.
But however long the rental period is, I will definitely be rocking that.
Me too. That'll be fun because I didn't get to go. I mean, I went to the concert, but I didn't go
to the movie.
You went to the movie, so it'll be nice for me to experience the movie.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we get into fantasy football?
Fantasy football. Here we go.
Okay. Fantasy football. I'm just going to lead with it.
Oh, get it, girl.
I lost.
Oh.
Yep.
Dang
womp, womp. Our projects were very matched going into it, even after the first round of games. And you told me yesterday that apparently y'all been laughing at the way I say proj.
We don't say
projections.
Projections.
It took me a while to get
But I know
lingo.
what you mean, but I feel like if people aren't in the fantasy football world, they're like, what is she saying?
Projections. So I was calling it projections at first too. I think the first maybe year or two. And then my whole league, our whole men's side of the league that a bunch of us are married to them, they all say proj. So it just becomes part of your vernacular.
You say proj. It makes me
giggle.
How
long we've talked about fantasy football before this podcast. And I'm just now finding out that y'all go tee-hee every time I say proj.
I wasn't trying to make fun of you, but it does make me chuckle a little.
And if you're wondering, it's spelled Proj.
Yep.
Okay.
The proj.
So it didn't start out great. Gibbs, Amon Ross St. Brown, less than 10 points. Dallas D got my hopes up, got 13. Waddle, 11.5. But she just had some great players. Like Mahomes went off, as you know. Stevenson. Higbee, I think was their tight end. Cook did well for her. Brown. I mean, it was... And then... It just started going downhill from there. Eckler was terrible. Jackson did all right. My tight end did all right. But Rashee Rice on my bench did fantastic, but he was not in my lineup.
Tough scene.
So, yeah, I lost by about 14 points. It's just tough to come off of so many wins.
We've been on a roll.
Yep. So, next week, Jackson, my quarterback, is on a bye, so I picked up Jordan Love. Got him on the waivers.
That's the move. That's the move.
So, that's my recap.
He's been solid every week.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be solid for you.
Knock on wood.
We hope.
Okay.
Okay. I lost.
Oh, solidarity. Sorry about you.
It was a tough one because I only lost by 4 points.
That is rough.
It was brutal.
In my league, that's like 1.
Yeah, exactly. Going into Monday night, I was up by 9 and all he had was his defense left to play.
Wow.
So I was projected 49%. He was 51%. So it could have gone either way going into Monday. And then he beat me, which was a sad day. But I've already clinched a playoff spot. So it's all good. I'm in the playoffs.
Same.
I'll be fine. But I was really riding that high of winning all the time. I made some, not that I made some bad decisions, but some decisions didn't work out for me. Olave on my bench with 19, Myers on my bench for 19, Ridley on my bench for 21. Woof. When I kept in Metcalf for 6 points, I should have known. He had a Thanksgiving game, and I feel like the big spotlight sometimes really gets to these guys. It's either extreme one way, like they're crushing it, or it's not
understandably.
The move.
Yeah, you're on a big stage. Brother.
Exactly. So Metcalf and Connor both really let me down this week, and I had all those points on my bench. That was brutal. And also, back to old Patty Pie Mahomes. He did fine, but he's not coming with it, Robin. It's very frustrating.
I wasn't sure if you played him or not.
I played him, and he did better. I made the right decision last week. I was debating him or Justin Herbert, who I like to call Herbie Fully Loaded. But I went with Patty, which is good because he got 10 more points than Herbie.
I was keeping my eye on Herbie because I wasn't sure. And also, we don't text about fantasy, so we can talk about it on the pod.
Yep.
And also, you were out in the boondocks, so I didn't text you to ask you. I was just keeping my eye on both.
Yeah, so I played Patty, but I still lost. It's okay. It's okay. Right. On to the next week.
Yep, and on to the next topic.
The recommendation.
Let's do it. A good one.
Yeah.
All right, recommendation time. Drum roll, please.
We saw the new Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes movie together.
Yes, we did.
And we absolutely loved it. So we're sharing this recommendation this week.
Yes, this is both of our recommendations. There's nothing else it could have been.
I'm already ready to go back. I'm sorry, we just saw it. I am fully ready to go back.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It really followed the book pretty well.
They got almost everything in there, I feel like.
And there was a few things that maybe they pulled forward or left out that weren't really necessary. Like, the opening scene didn't really happen until later in the book. And I was like, are they starting with...
So, they... Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
They started out with the guy cutting off the leg to eat it. The cannibalism out
here, just first scene.
I was like, oh, okay, we're starting off strong, baby. We're starting off strong.
Yep. I wasn't sure about the casting at first, I will say, Tigress, because I just remember how she looks in the Hunger Games, but I could see how, they did the little eyebrows.
Dude, I see how she literally, it could have been her.
Yeah.
Because I just watched the Hunger Games.
Just at first glance, I was like, whoa, that's not how I expected her to look, but you have to live a life to end up looking like Tigress looks.
Oh, yeah, she completely changed her to look like a cat.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway. Everybody else, I thought
the
they did
pointy
a great
nose,
job.
the boniness, they nailed that with Hunter. So,
yep, I thought they did a great job on everyone else. All the casting was fantastic. It did really throw me off that they were saying Coriolanus.
Yeah, the anus is rough. Also, on Sejanus, in my brain, his name is Sejanus when I was reading it in the book. Sejanus.
Yep.
Sejanus.
Why are they both anuses?
Why so much anus in these characters' names?
Yeah, I was saying Coriolanus and then just Corio in my brain.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But Lucy Gray was perfect casting.
Every time she sang, full body chills.
Full body chills.
She was so good.
I'm sure the people next to us were very annoyed because we kept being like, oh, chills. And Kaylee was taking notes on her phone for us, but I didn't want us both to have our phones out. So I was scribbling notes on the little order paper. Yeah. And I felt like that was annoying the people next to us. And then I left the paper there. That would have been such an artifact.
Lord knows what Robin wrote down in that movie.
Because it was dark and I was just writing random thoughts, different handwriting, probably writing over each other.
Totally.
And I left it in the theater.
Yeah.
Sure, somebody found it and was like, this person's a psycho.
I was that annoying person with my phone out in the theater, but I had to be because I had to jot down my thoughts in real time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I loved the casting of the main characters, but I also love
Viola Davis.
Yep. Yes, as Dr. Gall. I felt like they made her look and seem so evil, and she just rocked it. But again, I just love her from all the stuff she does. Mm-hmm. She played the perfect evil snake lady.
Great. She was great with that contact in her eye.
Oh my God, evil snake lady. They nailed that.
And then Tyrion Lannister. Why can't I think of his real name?
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage as Dean Highbottom. And at one point, I leaned over to Kaylee and I go, that's pretty like low down dirty that they had him cast as somebody whose name is High Bottom.
Yeah, Robin was like, High Bottom, pretty ironic, huh? And I was like, yep.
His bottom is definitely lower than most.
Yeah, no, he rocked it, of course. Yes. He's amazing actor. What else did I write down? Yeah, the singing. I gotta say this. Some of those songs, almost all the songs were jams. Like
they really were.
Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be listening to those. I'm not kidding either.
Yeah, it's probably a pretty like robust soundtrack as far as like all the different scenes that they have the stuff
songs
to. The covey songs
and Olivia Rodrigo had like the ending song that came on. It's really good,
beautiful.
It reminded me very much of Taylor Swift's "Safe and Sound" that she made for the Hunger Games.
Yes,
and so then Olivia Rodrigo made this. You Can't Catch Me Now for this movie, and it's so good too.
It's so good. So I hope they make some more of this part of the series, of this part of the saga.
There's no books out yet, so we're gonna be on wait if Suzanne Collins even keeps writing them, and then making them. It's gonna be years, but
fan fiction out here.
I hope so because I love the Hunger Games. I said this last episode as I rewatched them. I loved this one. Like, give me more.
Yeah.
Of any of the Hunger Games. I don't care. Number 12. Number 15. I don't care. Just give me more.
Yeah. I will say that it took us, to a dark place. Like, starting out, like we said, with the man hacking off
it's a dark
corpse's
movie.
legs.
Yeah.
There was multiple times that I had to cover my ears and sometimes my eyes. Sorry if y'all can hear the dog barking. There's nothing I can do about it. But I had to kind of like squeeze my ears closed while also covering my eyes because it was just, like you knew it was coming and yet it still kind of rocked, yeah.
It's even, I would say, even a little darker than the old Hunger Games because I just rewatched them, so can confirm. It's a little darker, a little more gruesome.
Yeah, because they didn't have, I know the game makers in those were pretty, vile humans, but Dr. Gall is just next level psychotic, like with all the things she invents and does and how she has no shame about it, no trickery about it. She's just like, I invented these evil rainbow snakes that are going to attack you and murder you.
They didn't do anything too crazy with the snakes in this like they did in the book. Though.
Yeah.
Like in the book, the snake parts were like extremely graphic and they didn't make them too graphic, in my opinion. But I felt like the people in the games, like the way they just killed people was like more gruesome than the old one. Than the Hunger Games.
And the sound effects,
Yeah. Brutal.
What is this? You sent me your notes that you took and I
many
printed
notes.
them. What did I say? Damn it, there's always one guy.
Oh, the Billy Tope in the tavern. Yeah. I wrote down that I thought it was kind of hot when Corio punched him in the face for Lucy Gray. And I was like, oh, okay. I was totally digging the Eminem Corio look. Like when he came out with the shaved head, I was like, yes.
Yeah, he had to pretty much go and join the military. So he had to buzz his hair off. And it really changed the way he looked. It looked like it aged him about 10 years.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
He looked like Eminem and somebody had a baby. I forget who I said.
I don't know, but I was digging it.
Yeah.
I was digging it.
Yeah. And then, we're kind of going all around the page here, but whenever he walked out in the meadow, so it's like this big moment where, they're going to like confess their love to each other and they're going to make plans and run off together. And he walked out in this meadow and she's waiting for him at the hanging tree and they're going to run away together. And I go, is he going to sparkle in the sunlight?
Freaking Robin. She had so many comments. So many comments. Yeah, no. I thought they had really good chemistry, like all their little moments. The dock scene was so cute where they go swimming.
Like, make out.
Both of us cheering make out. I loved when she sang The Hanging Tree, extra full body chills because obviously Katniss sings that in Mockingjay. So I couldn't
tell you which one was better.
Like
just
both different.
So haunting. It would have been cool to have like her voice like as like a backup singer kind of light to where we could be like, oh, that's Jennifer Lawrence.
But they did pull in at the very, very end of the movie when it ended, it was Old Snow's voice saying it's the things that we love the most that hurt us the most. I was like, oh shit. And it was his old voice. So that's crazy because he says that obviously to Katniss's face.
Yeah.
And then there was Katniss in this movie too, the plant.
Yeah.
And she's like, the world's not ready for it yet.
And then he goes and turns on her, and I said, not us having to talk about how men are the worst again. Another episode.
Well, it's kind of interesting because she kind of turned on him too with the snake bite.
Well, yeah.
But he lied. That's the problem. I'm like, this guy was so clever throughout the whole movie with how to charm the cameras. Oh, I'm going to cheat by dropping the handkerchief in the snake pit. I'm going to put rat poison in the powder thing. But then when it comes to Lucy Gray asking him who's the third person you killed, the best he could come up with was, oh, my old self to be with you. That's the best you got?
Yeah.
He was so clever until that moment. He had nothing.
And that's when she knew he was a bad
and that's when she decided, I got to get out of here.
Yeah. So we don't know.
We have no idea if she lived on. There's a lot of rumors out there. Like I said, my whole timeline is Hunger Games and this. But there's a lot of rumors out there that she could be a descendant of Katniss. Or maybe Maude Ivory is a descendant of Katniss. That's another rumor that's out there. But we really don't know.
It'd be really interesting to see them see Suzanne Collins write another book that has like the split perspective of Lucy Gray and President Snow.
Like they did in Twilight, where it was Edward and Bella's
and they have no interaction with each other. It's just they're separate. It could even be separate books, like
the
same timeline. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I loved it. The ending was great. Like you said, his voice comes in. Tigers calls him by his father's name.
Oh, because he's evil now. Like he's choreo all movie because she loves him dearly. Then he turns evil and she's like, full father's name, who was also evil, who literally created the Hunger Games. So it's like,
it was so well done, like the arc of his character and her character, and
I need more.
Some moments were rushed, but with the arc of the two main characters was perfect.
I mean, the book is like 500 pages. It's a 2.5 hour movie. Yeah. It's really hard to fit it all in. I thought they did as good a job as they could have for putting it in one movie.
Yes,
because you were talking about
it could have been two,
but that is hit or miss. Sometimes we've seen in other series.
Yeah, but
you're right. They did have to rush some parts.
Yeah,
but it was good. God, it was good.
I can't wait till it comes out, like
to rent.
Yes,
where I'm gonna get comfy on my couch and watch.
Exactly. But I'm not gonna be letting my kids watch that one.
No, definitely not a kids movie. It's pretty gruesome, but it is so well done.
Yep, could not recommend it enough.
Go see it, people, and let us know what you think in the comments.
Absolutely.
All right, Robin. I think that's it.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe at all the places.
Please, y'all. Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Leave us some comments. It really means a lot. I know I say that every week, but it really does make a big difference. So pretty please, if you're listening to this, drop us a little comment.
Just a little something.
A little, great job. That's it.
Okay.
All right.
Talk to y'all later
next week.